Bublé, a five-time Grammy-winning pop icon, has signed on to be part of the team's fundraising efforts for the American Cancer Society. The Panthers on the Prowl initiative combines art and philanthropy to support cancer research and patient services, and donors get the chance to sponsor life-sized panther sculptures that will be placed around South Florida. The program is the brainchild of Panthers Hockey Operations President and General Manager Bill Zito and his wife Julie Zito. Panthers on the Prowl is a creative and really cool and uplifting way to demonstrate and show our support for those people that are suffering, so we can generate the much-needed funding to keep this fight going, Bublé said. Cancer touches all of us, my family, friends, yours, neighbors, everyone. I joined my buddy Bill Zito and the Florida Panthers and all of our NHL hockey community because I want to be part of the solution. Not to play quarterback or linebacker, but to lead a heartfelt cancer fundraising campaign that would unite the worlds of sports and music in a way that no one saw coming. The Carolina Panthers announced an unprecedented signing. Canadian crooner Michael Bublé? This move left sports analysts scratching their heads and music fans cheering. The Panthers made the announcement in a move that left music fans cheering. It was not about touchdowns or tackles when the announcement was made on a chilly morning in Charlotte in the month of May 2025. Rather, it was about hope, harmony, and healing between people. During a late-night brainstorming session for the Panthers' annual Keep Pounding campaign, which is a tribute to former player Sam Mills and a platform for cancer awareness, the idea was conceived in the front office of the Panthers. They desired something significant, something that would have an impact beyond the confines of the football field. Christy Coleman, the president of the Panthers, stated that the team required a voice, both literally and figuratively, someone who was able to connect with people's hearts, regardless of whether they were fans or not. Michael Bublé, a singer with a velvety voice, was an unlikely but perfect fit for the role because of his charisma and his commitment to charitable causes. Bublé, who is famous for songs such as Haven't Met You Yet and his Christmas albums that are sure to make you swoon, was not exactly a stranger to the Panthers' radar. A longtime supporter of hockey, he had been seen attending games in the National Hockey League, and his social media revealed an unexpected passion for American football. Bublé did not show any reluctance when the Panthers made contact with him. His signature grin was tempered by sincerity as he stated, "Cancer has touched my family and my friends." He made this statement during a press conference. "If I can help raise money to fight this disease and sing a few notes, I will do everything in my power to do so." In addition, I look pretty good in the blue of the Panthers. The campaign, which was given the name Croon for a Cure, was an outstanding example of creative thinking. Bublé was not merely a celebrity endorser. Rather, he was incorporated into the Panthers world in such a way that the distinction between sport and spectacle became hazy. Instead of signing him to a player contract, the team decided to sign him to a symbolic heart contract, which is a one-year commitment to lead fundraising efforts, perform at events, and rally fans. He made a donation to the American Cancer Society in the form of his salary, which was matched by the ownership of the Panthers. The opening ceremony was a spectacular event that took place at Bank of America Stadium. They were not there for a game, but rather for a concert meets fundraiser that took place on a warm Saturday evening. 70,000 fans filled the stands. Under the direction of a 50-piece orchestra and accompanied by a surprise appearance by the team's drumline, Top Cats cheerleaders, and mascot Sir Purr, Bublé took the field wearing a personalized Panthers jersey with the number 25, which was a reference to his birth year. At the same time that he was singing Feeling Good, pyrotechnics illuminated the scoreboard, and fans waved glow sticks that were shaped like the Keep Pounding logo. At the end of the night, the event had raised a total of $2 million, with donations coming in from viewers all over the world who were watching the live stream. There was more to Bublé's role than just performing. His appearances in moving public service announcements that were broadcast during Panthers games made him the face of the campaign. In one of the advertisements, he was seen sitting in the locker room with other players and sharing their experiences of overcoming cancer. With his voice cracking, he stated, "This fight is more difficult than any comeback in the fourth quarter imaginable. If we work together, however, we are unstoppable." At the same time that the hashtag for the campaign, Bublé for a Cure, became popular all over the world, fans posted videos of themselves singing songs by Bublé in an effort to raise awareness. With the signing, the Panthers capitalized on the absurdity and allure of the situation. The mock player profile that they distributed to Bublé included the following information. His position was listed as vocal linebacker, and his statistics included 4 Grammy Awards, 60 million albums sold, and infinite heart. He went so far as to participate in a practice session, during which he made an attempt to catch a pass from quarterback Bryce Young, but he was infamously unsuccessful. During the time that defensive end Brian Burns was helping him up, Bublé laughed and said, "I'll stick to singing." This particular moment went viral, and it has received 10 million views on Within the Confines of the Background. Bublé's involvement was intensely personal. Noah, his son, had been diagnosed with leukemia when he was a toddler. Although Noah is currently in remission, the experience motivated Bublé to devote himself wholeheartedly to the fight against cancer. At the Levine Cancer Institute in Charlotte, he would spend hours coming to see patients, singing softly at their bedsides, and listening to the stories that their families had to tell. When asked by reporters, he stated, "These moments are worth more than any arena that is completely sold out." In the course of his treatment, Bublé was taught a Panthers fight song by a patient named Mia, who was a teenager. He later performed the song at a fundraiser and dedicated it to Mia. The creative aspect of the campaign extended to the engagement of the fans. Fans were encouraged to submit videos of themselves singing songs by Bublé, and the Panthers held a contest called Sing to Win. The winners of the contest were awarded VIP tickets to a special concert that took place on game day. Students from the surrounding schools participated by holding choir competitions called Bublé Battle, with the proceeds going to research on pediatric cancer. Within a matter of hours, a limited edition Croon for a Cure jersey that featured Bublé's silhouette mid-croon was completely sold out, resulting in an additional $500,000 being raised. All expectations were surpassed by the campaign's ability to raise $10 million by the middle of the season. But the impact was not limited to monetary value. In the process of supporting survivors, fans who had previously argued over play calls found common ground. This brought together a community that had been fractured. As a result of Bublé's involvement, the Panthers were able to attract new audiences, including music enthusiasts, as well as international fans who had never watched a single game of football. One of the donors from Australia admitted on the show that they were unaware of what a first down was, but that they were completely committed to Michael and this cause. The culmination of the campaign was a performance that took place during halftime between the Panthers and their final home game of 2025. The song Home was performed by Bublé, who was accompanied by a choir of cancer survivors as snowflakes fell across the field. Several players were visibly emotional as they stood on the sidelines without their helmets on. In the midst of the crowd's roar, the names of donors and survivors were displayed on the Jumbotron, which scrolled indefinitely. Croon for a Cure had raised $15 million by the time the game was over, making it one of the most successful single-season fundraising campaigns in the history of the National Football League. As Bublé's contract came to an end, his influence continued to be felt. a tongue-in-cheek ceremony was held by the Panthers to honor his retirement of the number 25, and they presented him with a microphone that was plated in gold. In a playful remark, Bublé said, "I'm not sure I'm cut out for the National Football League, but I'll keep pounding for this cause," with the intention of establishing a Croon for a Cure Foundation to provide funding for cancer research 365 days a year. The team has committed to carrying on with the campaign. In a world that is frequently divided, the Panthers and Michael Bublé demonstrated that compassion and creativity are capable of scoring the ultimate touchdown. Not only did fans cheer for a team, but they also sang for a cure, and their voices could be heard well beyond the confines of the stadium. It was during his final performance in Charlotte that Bublé made the statement, "Love and hope, that's the real playbook."